Pirate Software is an indie game dev who, fun fact, if you didn't know, worked at Blizzard, and today I'll be comparing him with Kanye West. Not present Kanye West. Pirate Software is not that bad, but like 2000s to 2010s Kanye. So if you clicked on this video, you most likely know why Pirate Software is getting a lot of shit. But for those who don't know, keep watching. If you already know, you can just go to this timestamp. So all of this controversy started a couple of months ago when he was playing hardcore WoW in a streamer guild called OnlyFans. Basically, they were in the middle of a raid and somebody said run, and Pirate Software ran, and he got a lot of shit for it. Now, in my opinion, this whole controversy doesn't really make sense. He did what somebody told him to do, and then he got shit for it. That does not really make sense. It was like a common trend in this OnlyFans guild, where people would very much cannibalize each other for clout and attention. Just one thing, just like so you get every perspective, there was also another time where Pirate Software did something similar, just going after people for no reason essentially, or like he isn't necessarily some sort of saint. But now we get into the big thing: stop killing games. The Stop Killing Games movement is a movement/petition specifically in the EU. It essentially boils down to when a live service game stops, the players should be able to run their own servers so people don't lose stuff they bought with actual money. And by the way, if you live in the EU, I highly recommend that you go and sign the petition. It's in the description. Anyway, when the movement was still relatively young, so like 10 months ago, Pirate Software decided to take a big fat shit on the whole thing. And telling people not to support it, and intentionally, or maybe he's just incapable of reading, he was misinterpreting the goal of the movement and telling his viewers to not support it, and that essentially killed the entire thing. The petitions went downhill fast, and basically every chance he got, he would just double down on not supporting it, the movement, and telling people to not do it either.
This is shit. It's shit. Not only do I not want to back this, I'm going to actively tell people not to. That is awful. That is a horrible goddamn direction.
Now, in present day, when the movement has reached the petition threshold, he still shits on it whenever he gets the chance, telling people to not support it, and he is glad that it reached the threshold, and he hopes it doesn't go through. And that has unsurprisingly made him lose a bunch of subscribers and viewers. And none of that would have happened if he had put his ego aside and just said sorry. Alright, now that you're caught up to speed, let's compare Pirate Software to Kanye West, and how Kanye West can get away with having a really inflated ego, and why Pirate Software can't. First, let's compare what the two of them have left behind. Kanye West has made some of the most genre-defining music in modern history. And when it comes to music, he's a genuine genius, like absolutely undeniable talent. And when he would come across controversy, he would either apologize, rarely, or make something so undeniably good that you could not look away. Like when he went after Taylor Swift. He most importantly formally apologized and then showed the rest of the world why he's so beloved to begin with by releasing My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy. So, what has Pirate Software left behind? Not much, to be honest. What he has left behind is a shattered community, a game with really bad coding and writing for somebody who worked at Blizzard for like 20 years apparently, if you didn't know, of course. So when he gets into controversy, he doesn't really have anything to back up what he has to say, because he got to where he is today by standing on what is essentially a pillar of lies and MS Paint. So he has a truly overinflated ego with nothing to back it up, unlike Kanye West. Now, am I saying that Pirate Software is a genuinely bad person who wants nothing but pain and suffering upon this world? No. Am I saying that he's an egotistical liar who's allergic to telling people that he's wrong? Yes. So that's why somebody like Kanye West can get away with being really egotistical, because he has really good reason to. And Pirate Software can't, because he has no reason to have all that ego. Basically, Kanye made graduation, Pirate Software made slop. I know this is very different from what I usually make, but I thought it was an interesting idea to compare the two. And don't worry, I have a big video coming soon, so subscribe, or whatever.